Welcome to Diaspora Digital Media. I am Lydia Odoada. It's DDM's update. The first year of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is still counting. Whilst we are thinking the president has not been in the villa for 1 year yet, 2027 is already in view for the Iowa think tank, another non-governmental organization that has insisted that Tinubu has a second term to run, and the North cannot do anything to stop him. The Iowa think tank stated this during a prayer for the president as he turned 72 on the 29th of March 2024. The group asserts that the North cannot prevent President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from seeking a second term in 2027 presidential election. According to the group, the North's focus should be on infrastructural and educational development rather than political power. They believe that citizens should pray for their leaders instead of cursing them, emphasizing the need for a leader who genuinely cares for the region. Alhaji Muhammad Yakubu, the convener of Arawa think tank in Kaduna, expressed regret that a northerner held the nation's affairs for 8 years without significant positive impact on the region. He urged northerners to set aside regional sentiments and support Tinubu's second term to ensure development in the zone. Yakubu emphasized that Tinubu's 8-year tenure would contribute to the country's progress, especially the North, considering the challenges faced by the North. The Arawa think tank believes that President Tinubu's second term's bid is essential for the North's development, and they advocate for unity and support in achieving this goal, suggesting that these priorities could be better addressed under President Tinubu's continued leadership. The road to 2027 seems intriguing, with various contenders vying for the presidency, but Tinubu's strength and determination may play a decisive role. This stance comes after a period of reflection on the impact of various administrations on the region's progress and the current challenges it faces. The political landscape for Nigeria's 2027 presidential election is shaping up to be dynamic, with several notable figures potentially entering the race. Among them, Atiku Abubakar of PDP, People's Democratic Party, Peter Obi of the Labour Party, and Rabiu Kwankwaso of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, have been mentioned as likely candidates. These individuals have a history of political engagement and have been active in various elections. Additionally, there is talk of a merger forming a formidable party to challenge the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, in the coming election. As the political atmosphere heats up, it's expected that more candidates will emerge, representing a wide spectrum of ideas and visions for Nigeria's future. The coming months will be crucial as parties strategize and potential candidates position themselves for 2027 electoral contests. The announcement by the federal government regarding an increase in the price of natural gas on the 1st of April 2024 could potentially lead to a rise in electricity tariffs. This decision is likely to affect the cost of power generation, as thermal power plants, which contribute significantly to the nation's electricity supply, rely heavily on gas as a fuel source. The gas companies had since January 2024 reduced supply to power plants following years of unpaid invoices amounting to over $1.2 billion. The government intervened in February by paying $120 million to the companies as power supply across the country dwindled. The adjustment in gas prices is in line with the Petroleum Industry Act, which allows regulatory authorities to set local market prices based on international benchmarks and cost considerations. This move aims to ensure an adequate supply of gas for domestic needs while also addressing the financial pressures from gas producers for higher prices due to international market trends. However, this increase may result in higher electricity bills for customers unless the government decides to absorb the additional cost through subsidies. The impact of an increase in electricity tariff on households can vary, but typically it leads to a more cautious use of electricity due to higher costs for families using prepaid meter, whilst those running on estimated bills will bear the brunt. Recent reports indicate that there are significant efforts on the way to secure the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Okezie Kalu, has been vocal about the ongoing initiatives, which include both legal and political strategies. These efforts are not only confined to the corridors of justice, but also involve lobbying and engagement with key political figures. The Deputy Speaker emphasized the importance of Nnamdi Kanu in the broader peace agenda for the Southeast region, indicating a recognition of his role and influence. It is clear that the resolution of this case is seen as pivotal to the security and development of the area. The pursuit of a political solution alongside the legal process suggests a desire for a reconciliatory path forward. This dual approach underscores the complexities involved in such cases, where the outcomes have far-reaching implications beyond the individuals directly involved. The discussion and actions taken by the Deputy Speaker and others in position of influence reflect an understanding of those nuances and a commitment to seeking a resolution that could potentially lead to a more peaceful and stable environment. The situation remains dynamic, with new developments likely to emerge as efforts continue. The legal strategies for securing the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu involve a multifaceted approach spearheaded by his lead counsel, Sir Ifeanyi Ejiofor. The legal team has been working tirelessly since 2015, navigating through complex legal challenges and significant milestones. One of the strategies includes challenging the legality of Kanu's arrest and extradition from Kenya, which has been a contentious issue, with claims that due process was not followed. The team has been actively seeking to uphold the rule of law and human rights by addressing the conditions of Kanu's detention and ensuring access to legal representation, which has faced obstacles in the past. In addition to these efforts, there has been a push to engage with international legal standards and bodies to bring attention to the case and seek external pressure for a fair trial and human treatment. The legal team also has been working on filing appeals and motions that challenge the charges brought against Kanu, aiming to either have them dismissed or reduced. This includes addressing the designation of IPOB as a terrorist organization, which has significant legal implications for the case. The legal strategies employed are not only about contesting the charges in court, but also about creating a narrative that highlights the political nature of the case and the need for dialogue and reconciliation. By doing so, the legal team aims to shift the focus from a purely legal battle to one that encompasses the aspirations and grievances of people represented by Kanu and IPOB. This approach is indicative of a broader trend in human rights cases where legal tactics are increasingly intertwined with political advocacies to achieve justice and reform. In a recent distressing event, a group of youths in Plateau State engaged in a violent protest on the 2nd of April 2024 that resulted in the burning of a farmer's house. This act of arson was reportedly in response to a tragic incident involving the alleged killing of a security man who was accused of theft. The situation escalated quickly, leading to the destruction of properties and raising concern about the safety and security of the community. It is a stark reminder of the potential volatility of social unrest and the importance of addressing the underlying causes of such disputes to prevent future occurrences. The local authorities are reported to be taking steps to restore order and investigate the circumstances leading up to the event. Plateau State, located in Nigeria's Middle Belt, has a complex history of ethno-religious violence that has persisted for decades. The region has been a flashpoint for conflict due to a confluence of factors, including ethnic tensions, religious differences, land disputes, and competition over resources. These issues are often exacerbated by political manipulations and the proliferation of small arms. The state's diverse population, comprising various ethnic groups with distinct religious affiliations, has led to a competitive political environment where access to power can inflame tensions. Additionally, the migration of herders in search of grazing land has led to clashes with local farmers, further intensifying the strife. Efforts to address these challenges have included the establishment of commissions of inquiry by both state and local and federal governments, aimed at investigating incidents and recommending solutions. However, these commissions have faced criticism for very limited success in delivering justice and preventing further violence. Civil society's roles in Plateau State is also significant, with diverse expectations and demands from the government. Unfortunately, these demands are often articulated in fragmented ways, leading to a lack of cohesive action. The state's history of violence and the repeated failure of effectively addressing its root causes has created a cycle of retribution and mistrust amongst the communities. The recent violent events, such as the burning of a farmer's house by protesting youths, are symptomatic of the deep-seated grievances and mistrust that exist between different groups. Such incidents underscore the urgent need for comprehensive and inclusive strategies that go beyond immediate security responses and address the underlying issues of governance, economic disparity, and social justice. Only through a concerted effort that involves all stakeholders, governments, civil society, religious leaders, and the affected communities can there be hope for a lasting peace in Plateau State. The 2nd of April every year has been set aside by the United Nations as World Autism Awareness Day. The theme for this year is Transforming the Narrative, Contributions at Home, at Work, in the Arts, and in Policy Making. The First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, in her message, emphasized the importance of early detection and diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder, ASD, highlighting the challenges faced by families with autistic loved ones. She commended their dedication and resilience, acknowledged the vital role of community organizations in providing support and resources to individuals with autism and their families. Early diagnosis and intervention are key to ensuring that individuals with autism can achieve their full potential. The First Lady urged parents and caregivers to be vigilant about developmental milestones and to seek professional guidance if they have any concerns. Her call to action is a reminder of the collective support needed from society to empower and celebrate individuals with autism for their unique gifts. The World Health Organization estimates that about 1 in 160 children globally is on the autism spectrum, with a higher estimated prevalence of 1 in 88 children in Nigeria. However, due to a lack of awareness and understanding, many cases remain undiagnosed or misdiagnosed. The United Nations General Assembly has designated 2nd of April as World Autism Awareness Day, encouraging member states to raise awareness and provide global perspective on the condition from a viewpoint of autistic individuals themselves. That's it on DDM's update. I am Lydia Odoada saying thank you for staying with us.